Hello students, in our previous session we saw TCL commands, commit, rollback and transactions and its asset properties. And in today's session we are going to see the TCL command save point. Okay, so what is the save point now? A save point, you can add a save point anywhere in a transaction. While doing a transaction, if you want to add any save point, you can add a save point there. Save point is nothing but, for example, in your MS Word, we have Control S, which saves the data what you entered. It works in the same manner in a transaction. If you give a Control S in a MS Word, how the data is saved permanently? In the same way, when you give a save point, the data is saved permanently to the database. Okay. When you roll back to that save point, any changes made to the database after the save point are discarded and any changes made prior to the save point are saved. Means when you're using a rollback, what does this rollback command does? It will undo the changes made to the database, right? So any changes after the save point are given means they are discarded, means they are not saved to the database. But if any changes made prior to the save point, okay, means before the save point, those are saved permanently. Okay, then to create a save point, you must use the save point statement. With the help of a save point statement, we can add a save point to a particular transaction. So the syntax for the same is save point name. See here the example, save point SP. Here SP is the name of the save point. Okay. Now, a save point must be used along with one or more rollback to save point statements. Means along with the rollback only we use this save points. Okay. The syntax for the same is rollback to save point name. Means whatever save point you have given to that particular save point, you can take it back. Example, rollback to save point SP. Earlier we have created one save point like save point SP. So if I, after writing this, if I type in some data and give this particular example, rollback to save point SP means till there it will be undone. Okay, I will take you through an example now. See here a table which is showing, which is employee, which is showing the data here. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So 7 rows in set is there in the employee table, which has employee ID, employee name, designation and salary. Now here what I have done, I have started my transaction. Start transaction, update employee, set salary is equal to salary into 0.6, which is 60%, where salary greater than equal to 3030. So what happens here, where the salary is greater than equal to 3030, the salary will become salary into 0.6. Okay, so an update is mentioned. After that, again the values are inserted to the employee table. Insert into employee values. Okay, 133, Priya, manager 3030. Okay, after that what I have done, I have given a save point SP. Okay, so here a control S has been given like. Okay, then after what I have done, I have added one more value which is insert into employee values, 134, Prakash, manager 3030. Here what I have done, I have given a rollback statement, rollback to save point SP. So what does this rollback do? This will undo the changes made to the transaction. Okay, so here rollback to the save point means to this save point we are rolling it back. Okay, then after I have inserted two more values, that is employee ID 135 and employee ID 136 data is added to the database. After adding these two rows, what I have done, I have given a commit statement. Hope you remember, commit means it save the changes, permanent means the changes made to the database or table is permanent when you give a commit command. Okay, so here what I have done, once again I'm repeating, we have started the transaction, updated some data, that is salary. Okay, then after added one value, which is employee ID 133 details I have added and gave a save point. So here what happens, the changes will become permanent in the database. Okay, after the save point, what I have done, I have added one more value, which is 134. Okay, but after that I have given a rollback statement along with the save point. So roll back to save point. Which save point? SP. See, till SP it should roll back. Okay, then after I have inserted two more values, which is 135 and 136. Okay, after that given a commit command. Means the commit, what it does, it will save the changes. Okay, it makes it permanent, right? So then what happens, we'll see. So here 123, 124, 125, 126, 128, 129, 131. After 131, let us see here. After 131, 133, 135, 136 are added. Okay. See, but after 131, 133. Yes, 133 is added. Okay. That is, after transaction is started, okay, and a value is inserted, which is 133. After that a save point is there, right? Then after 134 data is added. Okay, after that we give a rollback, right? So this 134 is not available here. See here, after 133 direct we have 135 and 136, but 134 data is not mentioned. The reason means it is not there, it is not added. Okay, the reason is after 134, employee ID 134, what happened is we have given a rollback command. So what does the rollback command does? It undone the changes. Okay, when you give a rollback command, what happens? The changes made to the database is erased actually. Okay, they are not permanent. So rollback to save point, we said. So roll back to save point. Which save point? We have got one save point there. So save point SP. So till that particular save point, it should roll back. Okay, it should undo the changes. That is the reason this particular value is not available in the employee table here. Okay, then after another two values are added, which is employee ID 135 and 136. Okay, then we have given a commit command. What does the commit command does? It will add the data to the database permanently. Okay, that is the reason we have 135 and 136 in the table mentioned, right? Hope you understood this. So here in the output, the salary of the employees is updated. Here, see, the salary is updated because in the previous transaction, what we have done is we have updated the salary, which is salary into 0.6. That is the reason the table, in the table at the beginning, the salary is different, and after the transaction, the salary figures are different. Okay, so and the EMP ID 133 is added to the table because we have issued a save point here. Okay, so we have got the 133 in the table, right? Because of the save point. See here, because of the save point, after the 133 employee ID, we have issued a save point, right? Then employee ID 134 details are not added to the table as we have issued a rollback command, right? See here, after 134, okay, employee ID 134, we have issued a rollback command. That is the reason that is not added to the table. And employee ID 135 and 136 are added to the table as we have issued a commit command. See here, 135 and 136 are added because of the commit command, right? Next, as we are saying commit, first of all, we should know what is this. We have got an auto commit option. Okay, So setting the auto commit mode. How we will set the auto commit mode? By default, the auto commit mode is 1. Means what happens is when the auto commit mode is 1, okay, each SQL statement is considered a complete transaction and a committed one. So whatever transaction we will do will become a complete transaction and a committed one. Okay, that is the reason what we have to do is we have to set the auto commit to 0. Okay, we can also set it like by issuing the set auto commit is equal to 0. With the help of this statement, we can make the auto commit to 0. Means we can change the default mode from 1 to 0. Then the transactions are not committed until an explicit commit statement is issued. So when this auto commit is set to 0, what happens is whatever the transaction is there, that will not be a complete transaction or a committed one until we give the commit statement. Okay, until we give a commit statement, the particular transaction will not be a committed one. Okay, so to check whether auto commit is 0 or 1, we can use the following statement. Okay, so first of all, we need to check whether the auto commit mode is in 0 state or 1 state, that is on or off state. Okay, for that what we have to do is select space @ 2 symbols auto commit. Okay, so when you give this particular statement, what happens is it will execute the statement, and what does this MySQL does? It returns the current auto commit mode. So what we are doing, we are checking whether the auto commit mode is 1 or 0 with the help of select statement @ 2 times auto commit. See here, MySQL select @ 2 times auto commit. What we got the output as @ auto commit is 1, means it is 1 on mode. Okay, then after what I am doing is I will set it to auto commit. Okay, auto commit to 0. Set auto commit is equal to 0. So from 1 to 0 I am making. So see here, set auto commit is equal to 0. Okay, so what happened here? Query okay, 0 rows affected. Then after I am checking whether it is now in on or off mode, that is 1 or 0. Again given the same command like select @ symbol 2 times auto commit, which gives the answer or output as 0. Okay, see here the same thing, select @ auto commit. Okay, 1. Then I have set the auto commit to 0. Okay, query okay. Then again I am checking whether the select @ auto commit is 1 or 0. So it is 0 here. Okay, so in this way you can change the auto commit mode. Okay, when the auto commit mode is 1, what happens? That whatever transaction you are doing, that is a committed one. But if you make it to 0, what happens? You need to explicitly give an commit command to make it a committed and a successful transaction. Right? Hope you understood the class. Thank you for the class.